Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tat and Chase.
And welcome again to another edition of the Classic Corner.
Yes, we're going to talk about the first episode we talked about Blackadder. Now,
Yeah, that show a lot of people like.
yes, I mean we were talking about, and we like it so much. I thought, but why don't we talk about all four of them for the moment? Because they have different time periods, eras.
Let's not talk about all of them because that'll take us at least an hour and a half.
So we say we do it on the second and third of the Blackadder.
Since they're the most similar of the three.
Okay, so shall we begin?
Yep.
Okay, so what can you tell me about Blackadder second?
Okay, so we'll start with Blackadder 2, which is set during the Elizabethan period.
Yes.
Very smart, sexy period of English history.
Yeah, the turtleneck, the plate neck era where Shakespeare, you got the Elizabeth, you got.
Tell me you haven't wanted to wear a plate neck as well.
Yeah,
Just for the sake of it.
Well, generally it has a sort of temper. You have the main character like Edmund from Prince.
Lord Edmund this time.
Yes, it was also with the Elizabeth, which the idea you said before earlier on that you like imagine if the Queen is like a 10-year-old or child.
Well, that's what they came for. That's Queen Elizabeth II. Whereas imagining a 5-year-old being
First,
the Queen of England, yeah.
not the second, the first. You mean?
Yeah.
No, you're fact, mate. Anyway, so the Queen Elizabeth was sort of like a childlike one. You have an assistant who's played by the John. What's his name again? The actor, the person. Obviously, you have Stephen Fry, who's the advisor. Who's very well known. He's also the guy who wrote the Signature 007. You also the eye patch, and you also have the nanny, which is the Nursey, and we're going to talk about the characters for the moment, obviously, and. It's generally, and also we have another sister, also Blackadder himself, who this time from the first one he's
as we said before, he is Lord Edmund, a lot more intelligent,
more sophisticated. I mean, this is the more established character that they were going for, even the original pilot of the first Blackadder.
So this is the Edmund that everyone's familiar with. Anyone who has watched the series probably thinks of this Edmund most of all.
It's probably because it got took over by Ed Bye, which
Ed
Byrne.
Was that Ed Byrne?
Well, Ed Bye, because either way, he's taking a different writer.
I think the comedian Ed Byrne.
Yeah, I think he's the same writer of Bottom, is that right? Or the same creator?
No, from the Young Ones.
Yeah, same one, I think.
Yeah, it's Ben Elton we're thinking of.
Yeah. Either way, he's a guy who's sort of the writer, and the writing itself is more focused, more clear. So, what can you tell me about the setting?
The setting, very smart, very not too serious. You can sort of play around.
It's the Renaissance era. It's more
actually, out of all periods in history, it's probably the easiest one to make fun of.
Yeah, I mean, obviously because it's one of the times where things are a lot more flamboyantly weird.
Yeah.
I mean, you have like everyone's wearing. It's a time where people are starting to the revival of the Renaissance. It's where things start to pick up. It's the New Enlightenment. Mind you, there's a lot more interesting characters in say in Italy, but in Britain, it's sort of you got like impersonation around Europe, and well, generally it has a little appeal.
Why don't you tell me a bit more about what your favourite character is?
Well, obviously my favourite character is Blackadder, which is this one is a refining point of his character, like smart, sophisticated.
Elizabethan fits the period.
Yes, and also very more traditional what we think of Blackadder today. He's a lot more wise and a lot more knowledgeable and sophisticated.
Also has a very good goatee.
Than the previous character he was.
Mr. Bean.
Which is essentially Mr. Bean, but with the words. But nonetheless, he has his own performance. And Baldric...
Who has now been flipped around to be...
gullible.
Mentally challenged.
Well, it is more simplistic, obviously. And but still, there is a charm to his character, despite those differences.
A man who can't do simple sums. The thing about Baldric that fascinates me is that it's amazing how many jokes you can get with just a character being stupid in Elizabethan times.
Yeah, I mean, he's just quite the case of the village, kind of basically the village Pontus a little bit, like not exactly the sprightest, but very likeable nonetheless. He's sort of very simple.
My favourite joke around him is when he says, well, when he's outside sleeping in the streets, someone says, "You should probably sleep in the gutter, sir, because if you do that, you'll be flushed into the Thames with all the other turds."
Yes, but generally there are likabilities to these characters, nonetheless. You still have the very the other side sister, very gullible.
Percy.
Yes, Percy is like how the trendy guy. He goes to the episode where he has a little the neck thing. And
as my new ruff.
Yes.
My new ruff.
Yes, and then Baldric just said it looked like a swan that swallowed a plate.
Blackadder says.
Yes, Blackadder, who said, "You look like a
Bird who swallowed the plate.
bird swallows a plate."
Also, let's not forget the time when Percy invented green.
Yeah. Yes. Behold, I invented green. That's not a gold. It's not.
He invented
In
gold.
general, the characters has the elements of a charm. Baldric is more simple-minded. Percy is more gullible and whimsical, kind of reverse. But Blackadder is a lot more sophisticated and more.
Also, with the show though is that if you're not used to wordy humour and slow-paced humour, then it's not going to be for you. If you,
Yeah.
for example, if you like slapstick,
It's more dialogue based this time. It's more
with the words and what
and
they say.
it's not as the setting as grand as the first Blackadder series,
That's what
but
it
it is more focused on the dialogue as well as the wit. And what episodes that you remember the most from it?
Our favourite episodes would have to be the wedding episode, Bells,
Yeah,
just because of Rick Mel.
yeah, you
Just
like
that last 10 minutes.
yeah. It's like
Oh God, that last 10
it's like aha, like such such passion to
Rick
it.
Mel, I love you.
Yeah. And what I like is the episode called, I think it's called Beer, is it?
Yes.
Where about when the Puritans come over
For dinner, and they're hosting a beer drinking
but it's like
competition.
the Blackadder's got like two people, one's going to host for the Puritans and the non-Puritans, so it's like a combination. I like it more when it's taking a mick of these characters of the Puritans, because at the time it was like the everyone is like, you're not allowed to do that because it's sin, and you should eat raw veg.
As nature intended.
Yeah, and there are also characters that are into it that are quite surprising. I like Stephen Fry in it, and I like the Elizabeth character, and I also like one episode cameo of Tom Baker
In the
as a
episode
sailor.
Potato.
Potato.
Because they were sailing.
Oh, his name.
But the funniest thing about it is they're trying to find something more impressive. Think of this, you're trying to find something more impressive than a potato.
Yeah, but the point is, in general, the Blackadder 2 has a more focus on the dialogue and more on the Renaissance. There's less to do, but there's a lot more situations to think of.
So again, if you prefer slapstick humour or a bit of a grander setting, then you probably won't like this.
But if you like dialogue and wit and has more intelligence, then this is a very good compelling. It's very fun and compelling. Blackadder 2 is established what people think of the Blackadder. He's more sophisticated, people around him are more mental and more mad, but then the point is that he's sort of like a straight smart guy surrounded by mad, crazy people.
And
But it is very well made.
Oh, and I like Melchett as well.
So, if that's okay for Blackadder 2?
Yeah.
Move on.
To Blackadder the Third.
The third, who is now a butler.
A butler in the I have to call it the Regency period.
Which is during the Georgian period, during the French Revolution, the American Revolution, the Duke of Wellington. But this is probably after the American Revolution, because this is the time when the Duke of Wellington was fighting Napoleon, which was after. And then also you see Blackadder this time works as a butler to the Prince of Wales, which is very gullible, played by Hugh Laurie. Which is Hugh Laurie's most quirky British yet in the time period.
And he's had a lot of quirky British roles.
Yes, very quirky. I mean, this is like the quirkiest of all quirkiest of Hugh Laurie in this.
The best thing to say about him is he always has this film on him.
But it's a very gullible, likable to him. It's very you can understand he's very sensible, a lot more, but more quirky and chipper, but still gullible, but you're still likable. It's kind of like whoa. Anyway. The setting goes it's in the palace, and then it's just basically Blackadder trying to find ways to get a quick buck, as well as getting up the top a bit. Mm-hmm. And it's clever schemes. It's similar to the second season, only what focus is this time does?
I would say, really, it's actually similar to the second and third, but the focus this time is more political.
Yeah, because they tackle on like Prince the Elder, I think his name is, which is
the election of Pitt the Young, the youngest prime minister.
Well, they make jokes of that. There's an episode I'll do like later on, I'll tell you. And they also make the guy who created the dictionary, which is the Samuel.
Also one that makes fun of acting, so...
Yeah. Yes, because it's more time when they make more of the jokes of just the classical actors were very silly and goofy and just a bit stupid. But then again, this is like how pretentious a lot of times.
But there's a lot of love for it. You can tell whenever they overacted.
No, characters then. Generally, we did talk about the characters briefly now, but what you think?
What do you know the differences to Edmund in this story?
Well, I'd say he's more
he's a lot
cunning, more so. The point
it's
is
hard to say because he is extremely similar to the second one, but you can tell he's a bit more manipulative, a bit more conniving,
but in a weird, but weirdly enough, I
Desperate.
don't think it's that bad. I think he's just more like, he's surrounded by gullible people.
Mhm.
He just knows how to say, just persuade the public in a very different way. No, he's a very good persuader.
Mhm.
I mean, because he's surrounded by, for example, let's narrate in the episode of the dictionary, and he insulted the thing. But then he had this cheating way of how to get the deal for the millions. So he basically tells him, oh, get it done, and then tell us to the prince, okay. It's a very joke. It was just a total joke. The point is, he's a very good talker. He's obviously he's a lot more the middle class now. He's more like the butler. So it's obviously why he's trying about words schemes to get up the top a bit.
Mhm.
So, but the thing is, I like his wisdom. He's just some reason just more likable for me. Just sort of it's just that sense of he's surrounded by people that are powerful but also mad.
Which
And see,
who doesn't relate to that situation?
and because he's the butler entrusted to the prince, he can easily get whatever he wants from the prince because he's that gullible.
Mhm.
But it's nothing too malicious. It's just sort of ways to get him up the favours without actually asking favours. It's just like opportunities, to be honest. In general, the characters themselves are very similar, but it's more focused between Blackadder, Baldric, and the Prince of Wales, which is a very good, quite duo.
And Baldric in this incarnation,
Yeah.
he's not different.
No, some people say he's a lot more simpler. Probably they get more stupid than simple, but I think in a sense it's the same character.
This one probably focuses more on how he's a disgusting creature.
We can't tell you the point that he's just sort of a simpleton. He's very similar to the last Blackadder 2, just as different. Well, basically the same character. Basically, he talks about turnip. He likes about turnips, and he wrote a poem. But okay.
Little sausage.
Anyway, so any favourite episodes you like?
Where to start? Well, I like the duel episode with Duke of Wellington just because
Fry has no punch.
Actually, no, Fry and Laurie, they know how to punch each
Yes,
other.
obviously because they did a sketch show, a bit of Hugh and Laurie, a bit of Fry and Laurie, and obviously they work well with each other. Just seeing them talking, interacting with each other is like a gold. It's like I like the scene when he's punching him. It's like I barely touched a man, and it's like, what, you mean hit like this? And then it's just a very fun episode because it's the episode where Blackadder disguised himself as the Prince of Wales to get influence to, because he knows how to talk to people.
There's also goes the episode where they make the dictionary after.
It was just a polite way of pronouncing to the dictionary guy who wrote all this. He's very overly linguistic words, like I do, and yet he just sort of say make up words in line. But
or later on when he burns it and he desperately tries to write it again overnight.
after 10 years, it took him years. And the other episode I like is the two episodes I like is the acting one and the political one. The acting one, we were a group of two actors trying to teach Prince how to get a girl or
how to deliver a speech.
Yes, and they're very overly flamboyant and very pretentious. Obviously, that's the point. It's to make fun and make of the day of the actors' day, and then every time
he gets rid of them by pretending they're French revolutionaries
or terrorists. Yes, but also by saying that let's annoy them to saying the word Macbeth. On in the end. Because at the time, obviously, because he's an actor, you know the word Macbeth is very cursed.
I don't do that every time. I can't do that.
Oh, really? Really? I don't know what your acting skills are like, but I'm pretty sure you have some sense of method of ritual. But point is, it's a very fun episode of just him Blackadder making them mick on actors, and just how pretentious they are.
We are.
Well, it can be. And then you got the political episode, which is just essentially a kind of like a modern little bit elements of politics, but also because it's just taking a mick of politics.
It's like a satire of an election.
But it's a very fun one as well. There's even like a later on where they do like a man interviewing in front of a camera, like in the 1700s.
A fake camera.
Yes, it's like the presenter of this, politician, how are you doing this? And then what's his name? Baldric. What's his last name? Sodoff. It's like it's just like it's very typically like you see in the BBC Parliament, which is the most exciting channel ever. People talking in a room and arguing.
Sam, that's the future.
For almost 2 hours. It's like a football match. Yeah. And
Sam, don't talk about things you can't even pretend to be interested in.
You know what I mean? It's a very fun episode. It takes the mick in the bit, and it's also a good understanding of a very fun way how the things work at the time. Even if it is just about a laugh or without too serious. It's just sort of a very don't worry.
I will say out of the four, this is actually my favourite season.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones I remember the most from it. It's probably the most wittiest.
It's actually not underrated. I know the first one's not well known, but the third one's the most underrated.
Yeah, I remember more for the humour, the wit, and generally more the cleverness. How clever it is, how smart, how persuasive. It's one of those where I miss intelligence. And this is why I came with shows
I
and
miss
wit.
it. Yeah, I miss the intelligence in shows.
Yeah. So, anything you want to say about Blackadder 2 and 3 in the wrap up?
Probably the best of the 4 seasons, of course, and we'll get to why the 4th one doesn't fall short for us.
Well, let's just say that, well...
It's, obviously, yeah.
How are we going to talk about... Well, we'll show you next time. But anyway, feel free to talk about this anything you like, but all in all...
And tell us what your favourite season of Blackadder is as well.
And tell us what you think of what we say. Either way, thank you for watching.